Hello, man. I think you are tilted to the side. Maybe you have to turn. You're with your phone, right? Hello. Okay, man. Can you hear me now?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Thank you so much for tuning in into the session. Hey, guys. Good evening over here. We are proud to be bringing to you another session today. The first one held at 12 noon. And today, this evening now at 6 p.m., we're having another conversation with another amazing author in the house. As usual, as you all know, this is Authoring Yourself into Authority, Wealth, and Fame, a summit where we are having conversations with authors that are published under the Warito brand, the Warito.com brand, where we are having conversations around the concepts of wealth, fame, and authority. And this evening, I have with me another amazing mind, another amazing, beautiful mind, Amaka Omo-Oikeh, with us this evening. And we are going to be having conversations around what she's doing, her journey as an author, and everything that she's doing to be able to put out great stuff into the earth and to affect humanity. Welcome, Ma. Welcome, Ma.
Thank you very much. I'm excited to be here.
Thank you
Thank you,
so much.
everyone joining us. We are grateful.
Thank you. All right, guys, as you're tuning in, please let's know where you are tuning in from. If you're in Nigeria, let's know that you are in Nigeria. Let's just drop your comment and let's know the city where you're tuning in from. If you're outside of Nigeria, you can basically do the same so that we know the city that you're tuning in from. Okay, so thank you everyone for tuning in and joining us on this session. We will dive straight into it. All right, ma'am, we know about you, we've known a bit about you, but there's some other things that perhaps that you didn't put out on your CV that you would like to, on your bio that you would like us to know about. So give us a journey into your life from your birth, your growing up, to perhaps your educational exploits, and up until now that you are doing what you are doing. So let's have a view into the great life that you have lived so far on earth. Go ahead, Ma.
All right. Once again, thank you very much. I'm excited to be here talking about myself. Okay, in a nutshell, my name is Amaka Omo-Oikeh, and one of the things I didn't write in that bio is that I usually said I'm a Jesus girl. Okay, proudly. And I am okay, bit into my growing up or my childhood, which is actually part of what anyone who have read my book would have seen. Okay, I'm the second child of 4 children, and I'm the first daughter. All right, and when I was about 10 years old, my mom passed. All right, so I began the journey. Actually, I became a parent at 10. I'm sure that if you read my book, you would get more details. However, I became a parent at 10 at the death of my mom. When my mom was about to breathe her last, she just looked at me and she said, Amaka, take care of your siblings. I didn't know that eventually I would become an author. I didn't know that eventually I'll begin to work in the family life space. I didn't know, all of things that I've been, of course, 10 years. It's not like now when we have platforms where you can begin to find out what a child would be and all of that. No. But I was just there. And then my journey into life significantly began. I remember when I was in SS2, my classmates were having conversations one day among themselves, and they were doing a debate. And so some of them were in the other side. They're saying, no, Amaka is an orphan. The other one was saying, no, Amaka is not an orphan. It's only her mom that died when we were in JS1, and all of that. Back and forth until one of them summoned the courage and said, Amaka, oh, please come. Don't be angry. Are you an orphan? And then, imagine I was a teenager at this point. So that's how my life was. And so, yes, That was because I had an absentee father, okay, which is also one of the things I'm very passionate about right now, helping men to be in the life of their children. I have a course that I call you don't have to be MTM fathers, right? So sorry, ATM fathers. So you're not just an ATM father, and then so you just walk into an ATM, you pick up the cash, you pay the bills, and you're not in the life of your children. You know, it does not make any kind of sense. There is much more to fatherhood, to being in the life of a child, more than just paying the bills. I share this story as we go on. Have you ever been to an ATM machine? You know that time when you will walk in there and you're like, okay, you slot in your card, put in your PIN and all that, and then towards the end, the machine just go unable to dispense cash. How did you feel? That's exactly how you will feel, or how your children feel every time you did not pay the bill. It's not because they want to feel that way, it's because you are not present in their lives. They're not having an experience of you as a parent, as their father. So I began to journey, right? Over the years, I have worked with several, I have volunteered in several multinational organizations. In fact, that one of, well, before I got into this space, finally, I had resigned from a 10 years job. All right. And then I got into um, training and learning, unlearning and relearning. Okay, and here we are today. One thing is sure, right? It's been a journey so far. So when I say I have um, a nearly 3 decades of experience in the family life space, that was when my journey began. I was 10 at a time. Over time, I've grown beyond just that person, that 10-year-old who mother died. I've done trainings, I've done courses, I have certifications, I have US certifications, I have Canada certifications in the family life space, and I have Nigerian certifications. I'm also an NLP practitioner. All right. I have also written this book. This is my book. That's the one that Warita published, right? And here we are today. This is me. I don't know if Emeka, can you still hear me? All right.
I'm
So
here.
let's go
I'm here.
ahead.
I'm
One of
here.
the
Go
things
ahead.
that also, are you here?
Yes, I'm here. I'm in the background. I just want your face to be on the screen. Everybody focusing on you. So I'm here. I'm listening.
All right, all right. So thank you very much. So that's how we started. And then as we journeyed into this authoring yourself into authority, wealth, and influence, I want to just generally stop and say thank you very much, Emeka Nobis. Thank you. You may not know what we are doing in the space where you serve, but your diligence is inspiring. Your commitment is one that blesses me a lot, right? Sometimes I try to follow you, but you know that you're on a particular speed. But whenever I come on, I just drop that comment. Know that those comments come from my heart. I cannot forget how I got to know you. In fact, the first thing that happened was that there's a particular season in my life. Everybody around me was talking about Emeka Nobis. Emeka Nobis, Emeka Nobis. Don't you know Emeka Nobis? Don't you know Emeka Nobis? I'm like, okay, who is this Emeka Nobis self? Anyway, anytime your name pops up, I was just like, okay, who is this guy? How come I know everybody? I know Steve Harris, FD, everybody knows. I know between election. Everybody that I know knew Emeka Nobis except me. Anyway, but everything that was being said about him were incredible. So I just said, okay, maybe at the speaking engagements, one of these days we'll just meet. Only for I think it was 2 years ago, so he was turning 40th. And I saw that pre-order of I saw the pre-order of his book, Your Book Will Sell. Sincerely, this is not cliche. Everybody know how they work with God, right? When I saw that your book will sell, I think I sent you a chat later on, and I said, what I heard in my spirit was my book will sell. In the first contact I got of you, if you check my phone, you will see where I wrote my book will sell. That's what I used to save that number. All right. And I entered into that academy. My life has not been the same since that time. Other, I have had other, um, I've had other engagement. Sorry, I've had registered for other courses. I have seen other of the products, bank alerts, all of those things. But hey, that's your book will sell revolutionized my life totally. Okay, because let me also stop here to tell someone, maybe you are like me 2 years ago, 3 years ago. You know that you know so much, but you don't know how to articulate it, you don't know how to put it together, and all of those things. This is your plug. See, all the courses that you need to become to become a world-class author, you have it with the Mechanobis. Trust me when I say so. If you know me, you will know that I'm not one who will I don't talk anyhow, right? But a Mechanobis and everything that he's doing comes highly recommended. It was when I got to him, and then I began to read his posts, attend his courses, and all that. In fact, there's one, create your own online course. Many of them since that time, anything that is doing, I'm just there, right? Because it brought a wonderful twist to my journey as an author, especially as an author and a content creator, right? So we began. Again, let me mention also that this my book. This is not even the first title that book was supposed to come out from or with. But eventually, I am excited that eventually we arrived at disruptive parenting. I learned that one from Emeka, right? But after attending his courses, I began to search my spirit. I began to say, what do we call this book? What we make, is a parenting book, and a lot of people are not quick they pay lip service to truly parenting and raising their children. All right, they pay lip service to it. So I'm now like, okay, what do we title this book? What will make someone get into a bookshelf, a bookstore, and pick up this book? And so we got it with the title Disruptive Parenting. So everybody's like, disruptive parenting. Before now, what people knew is disruptive marketing, and it's not even as popular in certain spaces. But with that title, virtually everybody wants to pick it up to say, what is in this book even? All right. It was this book that gave me the name celebrity author and celebrity coach. Somebody who used to know me eventually read through what I was doing and then participated in some of my classes and courses. He's someone that is the person that first called me a celebrity author. Is that same person that towards the end of this 2022, he saw me one day and say, celebrity coach, right? Because of the weight. I tell people, sometimes I pick up this book, I'm like, okay, so are you sure you are the one that wrote this book, right? If you have not bought the Disruptive Parenting book, I don't know what you are reading, all right? Because I know that people don't usually, is it not parenting? Their father raised them, their mother raised them, the way all these things that were saying. There's something that needs to be disrupted. Okay, how do we even arrive at this title for this book? In the world where we live today, there are too many negatives. There's suicide, there's child abuse, that all kinds of things. And we are raising a generation that if those negatives are not disrupted and the real values superimposed, I don't know if we are going to get a generation where we are going to hand over to. Okay, so disruptive parenting helps you to know how to, you know, disrupt this flow of negative and still raise your children right, raise them as to just represent your family's value and to stand out in their time and in their age. Okay, so disruptive parenting, our job there, the central thing is that in every child there is a champion. In every kid, there is a kid. The tools that will help you to help us raise the king in your kid, the champion in your child. That champion, that global solution provider, that senator, and by that I do not mean the ones that used to carry chairs and hit people around. That United Nations Secretary General, that president that is in your home right now, the tools that you need to help us raise that president is what have been written in this book. Okay, that's in a nutshell. With this in your hand, you have tools that will help you. You know, we also have parents, sometimes they don't value their children. Okay, and I ask this question, especially many times when I speak with parents, and I say, sir, the Don, if you know that those your girls that I saw you people in that hotel rocking your happiness this Christmas, if you knew or if you're sure that she's going to be the first female president of Nigeria, what are you going to do differently? How are you going to equip her? She has limited time in your house. I tell parents, one thing that you must do between age 0 and age 18 is to help your child discover why they came. And so, how much you have in your bank account, that's another disruption I'm about to mention. How much money you have in your bank account is not supposed to determine how many children you give birth to. No, sir. No, ma. What is supposed to determine how many children you will give birth to is your readiness to groom each one of them to become everything that they were sent to be and do. So, if you have the time, the commitment, the energy to raise 20 children, by all means, go ahead and have 20 children. But if what you have the energy to do is to raise one child, by all means, have one child. Okay, it's not enough to put a woman in a family way. It's not enough to get pregnant because you enjoy the 5 minutes pleasure. You must take responsibility for every child that you bring in here, and it's beyond paying school fees. It's beyond living in a particular side of town. So, are you ready to be a father indeed? Are you ready to be a mother indeed? Do you want to raise us a global hero, a global champion? That is what must happen. That is your responsibility. Every time, and this responsibility is not generalized. No. Because every one of your children have a reason. Even twins, they didn't come by themselves. They don't have the same destiny. There is a reason that each one of them was sent, and you must sit with each one. Because I'm a person of faith, I would say, sit with the God who sent you the girl. Sit with the God who sent you the boy, and find out, in collaboration with that boy or that girl, why they came. Once you are able to help them find it, between age 0 and 18, and you help them to know the parameters, the values, the value systems that would help them do that or deliver then you have done your job as a parent. Once they step out of 18, you become a coach. Okay? You become a coach. What that values that you have already taught them is now what they begin to live. All right? And can I tell you, you're not able to do it by yourself. I was sharing with someone the other day. You know, a lot of parents, you know what they are doing? They are raising their children for the past. So there is a template that your father used to raise you. Okay? And that template your father used to raise you, he collected it from his father. Let's assume that you're in your 40s. Okay? And your father is in his 70s. And then his own father, your grandfather, is dead or is alive if you are privileged. And then you collected that template the father used to raise you. So you're raising, in 2022, you're raising your children for like 1960, 1950, 1940. Meanwhile, you're supposed to raise someone who will go into the future and take their generation by storm. Go into the future and ensure that they make a mark. A lot of parents are the ones damaging their children in their own homes with their own money. Okay? So it was on this journey of writing this book and publishing it that I realized it's not just about the children, right? So I hear people say, what happened? Children of these days, this and that. Hello. The matter is that this is an apps age. You cannot use the template that your father or your parents used to raise you to raise your children. Why? Everything is at the click of their finger. No, that template will not work for them. That's why a lot of parents fight and quarrel with their children, because they're not able to use the right templates for them. If you want to raise the present day arts kid, you have to upgrade. You have to update. Another thing also that is making parents to damage their children is that you don't know. You were damaged already. So we have parents in our classes, in our sessions, who were raped as children, who were molested, who their fathers were not available, who, they only have their mothers. They were living under the same roof with their fathers, but their fathers were absent. So you don't even need to be like me, that my own father was not living in the same roof. You can't be living under the same roof with your children and you are absent in their lives. Okay? If you are average Lagos parent, for instance, and you leave the house by 4, especially if you are doing 9 to 5, you leave the house by max 5 a.m. Otherwise, you may not get to your office before 12. And then you don't come back till 10, 11, 12. So before you go out, your children are still sleeping. By the time you come back, your children have gone to bed. If you're a Christian, like many of us are, on Sunday, your Sunday is ruled out because you are an elder in church, a pastor, a worker, or you're providing one kind of service or the other. Your Saturday is all one bed. You must catch up with one friend, one family. You are just paying bills. Honey, that's why by the time the child grows up, he will send you snap just to respect you. You are not in her life. You are not in his life. You didn't validate him. You didn't validate her. You didn't teach him. You're not present. They don't know you. We must pay attention. We must disrupt that flow. Get intentional. Get the tools that we need to raise our children so that we can be able to apply them in our homes and as regards each one of the children that God has blessed us with. Okay, this is also another time. This is Christmas, and in a few days we would enter the new year. A lot of people, the routine is that they are trying as much as possible to find time to set their own goals. That is for those who knows how to set goals, right? But in that activity, the only place where their children are involved is take them to church, dump them in children's church or in junior church, and move on. No, this is also a period when, if you are in the life of your children, this is the time to teach them goal setting. This is the time to teach them how to set their own goals, whether it is academic goal, spiritual goal, financial goal, their money management, their own personal development goal, whatever it is that they need to learn. This is the period to help them to know it. Okay, one of the chapters in my book, I have also written that we all need to become our children BFF. Be your child's BFF. I call it the BFF award. The BFF award is only given by the child. You cannot command the child to give you the award. You cannot mandate the child to give you the award. You cannot cajole the man to give you the award. I remember months ago when Emeka will come upstairs and will be shouting, how can I be paying for award with everything that I'm doing? No, you're not going to be able to. It's not the kind of award that they pay for. It's an award that those children will have to give you. Why? We are all adults, right? Can I ask you, is there anybody that is your closest friend or your best friend who somebody forced you to become his or her friend? You choose your best friend by yourself. Many times you choose your best friend, maybe because of the value that they bring into your life. Because of, in one way or another, you connected, you felt love, walking or hanging around them. You felt comfortable. You can open up. All right. If your children are not able to be that confident with you, if they're not relaxed in your space to be able to air their views, if you're not present, you cannot be their BFF. And it's not a function of whether it's the mother or the father. If it's the father that is available, you are the one that can be able to walk into the heart of your child. And hey, parents, the fact that your child is close to your wife doesn't mean it'll be close to you. Mother, the fact that your child is very close to your husband does not mean that child is going to be close to you. Parenting is a teamwork. That is a role every father must play. That is a role every mother must play. If you do not play that role as a father, you will miss it. And someone will ask me, how about people who are single parenting? Anyway, life can happen and any of the parents dies. What do you do? If he's a boy, you must begin to groom him and begin to channel him towards a father figure or a mother figure. But by all means, make sure that your children are raised properly and balanced. All right. Somebody will say, you get why. All right, Emeka Nobis, are we good? Should I go on?
Yeah, thank you so much. When you are so passionate about a cause, it keeps on flowing and flowing and flowing from your inside. Okay, you've given us a journey about the book. I wanted to give us insights concerning the impact that this book has made in people's lives, and because we are looking at the concept of authority, wealth, and fame, looking at the impact that your book has made in people's lives, what can you say about you now becoming an authority? Did the book make you an authority, or did it increase the perception of authority that people think about you in regards to disruptive parenting?
All right, thank you
What
very
about
much.
wealth in terms of and fame? Go ahead.
All right, thank you very much. That this book, right, has opened plenty doors for me. Okay, I have had the opportunity of being interviewed in television. I've had the opportunity of being interviewed in radios, online radio. In fact, I've had plenty of opportunities. I've gotten to speak. I've gotten speaking engagements and other opportunities. In fact, I saw someone yesterday, and the person said certain things that blew me off completely. Okay, I know somebody had walked up to me. In fact, let me say this: you may not know the impact the book or what you're carrying on your inside will make in the life of people until you begin the journey of authoring a book. All right, one man one day has stopped me on the road and he said, "Thank you for helping us to know how to raise our children. I have plenty feedbacks like that from men. Okay, I know I think I shared some of them. If you go onto my page, you will see some of them. Okay, so the level of impact is making is humbling, I must say. In the industry, in the family life space and the public speaking space, I have one of my coaches say, Amaka, okay, one of my coaches, very dear to me, Innocent Uza, say, Amaka, this is a revolution. I did not know you are the one who will champion this revolution. Okay, so it has brought me into plenty space. Okay, so let's even take it and drive it home. We are having this conversation today because I authored this book. If I didn't author this book, we will not be, there won't be, I won't be on this platform. Okay, so again, I want to say thank you, Amaka Nubis, and thank you, Warita, for helping me with this. Okay, one of the things that has also happened is that in writing this book, the very first time I sent my manuscript to the first editor, 2 days later, within the first 2 days, she chatted me up to say, Amaka, this has to be a course. This book must have a course. Okay, and we kept having that kind of feedback. Okay, until we now got we now opened Disruptive Parenting Academy. All right, the Disruptive Parenting Academy is a platform where we are raising consumer parents and high-ticket parent coaches. And we have had graduates. In fact, let me share this with you. Following the launch of that book, somebody who attended the academy reached out to me to say, Coach, my birthday is going to be XYZ, and I want to teach what I have learned. That is what is impressed in my heart to do as my impact project for my birthday. That was humbling. And now I said, okay, right? Do you know what? That lady went ahead to open a disruptive parenting WhatsApp group. In fact, I didn't know that she was going to call it Disruptive Parenting WhatsApp group, as if the name of that group was going to be Disruptive Parenting. And then that was when WhatsApp was taking before they increased their number to 1,000 or so. Do you know, within 24 hours, that group was filled. The next thing that happened was that we opened the second group. It was with that one move that we opened the Telegram group. All right. And then by the time she was taking that class, somebody in that class, me, if you know me, my church is a global platform, right? So she reached out to me one day to say, somebody in my church had reached out to her to say, come and teach this in XYZ group. And I said, you are the one who was teaching when they saw disruptive parenting, so go there and speak. It gave me the opportunity to not just empower myself, but to empower her. Today, that lady is one of my most trusted proteges. And the jobs that are coming from her has to come from only someone whose heart God has touched. All right, I can go on and on and on. This book now, my book now, the one that we have, I'm not sure I have up to 5 copies here. So this January we're going to print. And so if you want to order your own, it's better that you order now, because printing has gone high. We are no longer going to send 5,000 naira by the next print. Okay, but you just have the opportunity. If you pre-order now, you can still get it at that 5,000 naira price. Okay, and then this happened 2 years ago, right? Last year, sorry. This year now, we have done Disruptive Parenting Summit. this Disruptive Parenting Summit, we had 30 people, 30 professionals teach for 30 days in that summit. And it was, it's revolutionary, right? The writing of this book has helped me in many ways, have brought me into platforms, giving me opportunities, giving me speaking engagements. And so, yes, it has given me an authority. Somebody can now say, okay, reach out to her. She's an authority in this field. In fact, authoring this Disruptive Parenting book has even authenticated the other work that I do with couples and in the family life space. Okay, so that's how being an authority in that field can be. That's my journey into that in a nutshell. Then, of course, wealth. All of those speaking engagement do not come for free. The book is in itself selling. It's not coming for free. All right. It's also giving me fame. Again, that's why we're having this conversation, and that's why I'm in your space right now. Okay, so what do you have that you are starving this generation of? Because you will not put it down, because you will not put it together. It is posterity. Every time anybody picks up this book, you will find value. Okay, it says innovative grooming tools that help your children become their best. Every time anybody picks it up, he has a solution in their hand. Okay, that is a conversation I had yesterday that within the next 30 days thereabouts, we are going to get a workbook for this book because it's going to be requiring a workbook. Okay, so I got on the journey of writing this book because many times when I go speaking and I'm done, people will reach out to me to say, did you bring your materials? Do you have a book? So sometimes what you just say within 30 minutes, within 1 hour. In fact, there's hardly any speaking engagements where only you have more than 1 hour. It's not enough. People want to be able to take it home. People want to be able to refer to it. People want to be able to go back and check it again and again. All right. So in authoring the Disruptive Parenting book, I have become an author. I have not just become an author. I have become a celebrity author. I have become a celebrity coach. I have met many people. Okay. I have my network has increased, and your network is your net worth, right? It determines your net worth. All right. So you cannot just be carrying that inside. Write it down. We need it. We need you. You know, we have people who have gone to the grave who people will say hi when this person was alive, hi when that person was alive, because we're not able to reach out to anything that they left behind. Okay, and you don't even need to die. You need to be here and reap the reward of this amazing or whatever amazing work that you are sent here to do. So, hey, you can author yourself to authority. You can, and then I was going to share this, right? In authoring yourself to become, if you want to become an authority, you don't just want to publish and move on. You must continue to learn, like we say, learn, unlearn, and relearn. You must also, one of the skills, I will just drop this for you if you're planning to become an author in 2023, as the days, as we are almost off this year. One thing you must do, learn storytelling. And I think Amaka has a product, either a book or a course on that. All right. Learn storytelling is going to help you on your journey. So, yeah, that's how becoming authority has happened. And then it was through Amaka that I met Fola, that's Warrital. One of the things that stood out for me with Warrital is their commitment. They have integrity. And if you know me, I just far away with people who you can take their work to the bank and back, you can take their word to the bank and cash it. Okay. I like the fact that they were detailed. I like the fact that they went back and forth. They were not tired of, because in writing this book, you know, the title, right? We needed to get some kind of, we needed to get some kind of disruption on how the title is going to. When you pick up the book and look at the cover, you can see some kind of disruption. I don't know if you can see that properly, right? So when you pick up the book, you can, disruption or disruptive will be in the imaging of the book. Fola was able to capture that. Okay, I don't want to get into some of our journey before we eventually got to Shola, right? But they did a very good job, I must tell you. One of the things that stand out with Warrior is that their book can compete anywhere in the world. I have people who have ordered my book from UK, US, Canada, and they are blown away because some of the books that were even published there that we thought it was going to be better, my books is standing out. See the inside. I don't know if you can see it. Okay, pick up the book. The way the publishing, the design, the interior design, everything is just in place. And there are so many things you don't need to run around. Once you deliver your work to Warrital, you can go to bed. They keep to their word. If they give you 7 days, they're going to deliver in 7 days. If they give you 2 weeks, they're going to deliver in 2 weeks. That, for me, stands out. So you're not going to be able to be pursuing somebody up and down because of a job you have paid the person for. Okay, so that's it for on working with Warrital. I will always say, if you want a good job, if you want a good job, if you want your book, if you're working with a deadline, if you want your book to be world class, your plug is Warrital. And I do not say it because Warrital is the one hosting this event. I'm saying it because that's my experience. Okay, that's my experience with the Warrital team. And then, of course, Warrital is going beyond publishing books, and then is finding a way to make sure that your book do not just stay in the shelf. All right. This, for instance, is coming to Warrital authors at no cost. What we needed to do to facilitate this session is to be a Warrital author. Okay, that's an innovation in itself. So yes, it has increased my influence because it has allowed me to make impact. And every time you make impact, your influence, every time you make impact, your reward is influence. Okay, every time you make an indelible impact, your reward is indelible influence because you have changed somebody's life. You have helped the person. You have changed the narrative. Like I said, we are culture shapers. There's something in the culture in the culture of parenting or raising children that we have disrupted with this book. And so in fact, many times I'm walking along the road and somebody is saying, "You are disrupting parenting. You're disrupting parenting," right? Why? Because we have made this impact. You know, during COVID time, a lot of people joined the group. We're not able to interface physically, but eventually we are meeting, and that's impact there. That's also influence. That's increasing my influence. I know what the truth is. We may not even, particularly with parenting or a parenting work like this, we may not be able to grab our hands around all the impact that is being made, because it is as it transforms the life of the child or the parent, then I send us feedback. But you know what? The weight of the transformation we will see in another 10 years, in another 20 years, in another 6 years. And then the parents who applied these tools, by the time their children are not able to bow to pressure, they're not able to, they stand their ground. They have values that they live by, not just because their parents belong to a particular religious sect or the other, but they have imbibed these values and own them. So by the time they begin to journey, that's when the real impact is going to be felt in the society. Okay, So someone will say it's a parenting book. People, yes, were not used to paying, but honey, when I wrote my own book, my book is 5,000. You know, somebody reached out to me one time, when I was still at the pre-order stage, and the person said, your book is too expensive. And the person didn't mean bad. But what the person didn't know that I had attended Emeka Nobis's create your own online course, and I have applied the things that he taught, and it's just good to say, well done. We pay me 5,000 for a copy. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. You are going on and on and on, and you are truly, you're truly doing an amazing stuff over here. So my final question would be for you on this session would be, you have talked about Warital and your work with them, so you've answered that particular one. So my question, the final question to you will be, going into 2023, what are your plans? What are you working on? Any Are you doing any tours, or what is it that you're going to be working on regarding the book that people may want to invest in or people may want to work with you? Tell us, please.
All right. Sincerely, I am thinking towards coach. I'm telling you now, so that when we chat, you can know how that will work out. But I'm thinking towards. Anyways, I had told myself that at this for this session, I'm going to give out that the disruptive parenting academy, the particular session that we used to launch this book. We have 30 masterminds speak as we work towards the launch, and they are in one group, the disruptive parenting book, um, the disruptive parenting group on Facebook. Now, as I thought about this session, I told myself I'm going to do a giveaway. Normally, disruptive parenting academy is 75,000. 175,000 we are reviewing now. Okay, but I'm going to open access into that academy for just 48 hours. 48 hours. So if you don't permit me, at the end of this session, I'm going to drop the account details or the link on this video. So if you want to meet those people like Innocent Uza, Dima, plenty of them, right? On their thoughts on parenting, 30 masterminds, really. I'm just going to give it away for 10,000, right? I will open it. Since after the launch, I've not opened that book. I've not opened that book. It's just cooling down. I'm thinking what I'm going to be doing with it, right? But the subject raising cost is 75,000 as at now. We are reviewing the price going forward. So if you reach me within the next 48 hours, I will send you, you will be able to access that group for only 10,000. At the end of 48 hours, we'll shut down again. We'll go back to our cost, to our price, right? That's one. Two, of course, I have more books. I have more books coming up next year. I have Couples Connect. We'll publish Couples Connect next year. We'll publish also Married to a Woman That Hates Sex. So look out for it. If you think that your wife hates sex, or you are the woman that hates sex, that book will help you. All right. We also have somebody had reached out to me from South Africa to come over for training. So we're looking at that. Well, we're looking at hosting the Disruptive Parenting Academy also in Kenya. There are many things that are lined up, right? And then that's on the family life space. I am also a mental health practitioner. So I'm a family therapist. Okay. Of course, by October 10th, we are going to also host African Mental Health Therapists and Influencers Conference. And again, that goes back to, you know, we are getting into that space where we reach out to celebrities and ensure that as they make impact and they export what they have outside Nigeria and Africa, it is important that their lives are preserved. They are humans, people's fathers and mothers. They have marriages, they have children, they have jobs. They're first human, right? So our focus there is preserving the lives of Africa. Then I am open also for personal coaching. See, one of the things you must do for yourself as you're entering into 2023 is make sure that you have your family constitution. If you don't have a family constitution, you don't have family values, your boundaries are not together, you cannot enjoy bliss. You can't enjoy family marital bliss. Okay, so I do that one-on-one where I help couples and individuals to enjoy deep friendship, ecstasy, and bliss in marriage. So if any one of them is lacking or all of them are lacking, or you want to take them to another level, just hit me and we would get that done for you or schedule you. Okay. So what else? Rich, if you are also a parent coach, we have a full course for you. So you first become a consummate parent, which we encourage everyone to sign up for. Become a consummate parent and then a high ticket parent coach. Because what you know, what you're teaching, that thing that you have been doing in junior church for 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, some have been there for 25 years, you can monetize it. Okay. So somebody will not cajole you into, it's not this person that I know. Don't worry, by the time somebody in the US and UK begins to pay you, they will be blown away, because I had that experience as well. So, but people like Amaka Omo-Oikeh just helps your life. God just send them into your life to help you. Okay? Because oh Lord, the dawn, God bless you. After attending that creative online course, I just, so when somebody is going, you look at face before you open your mouth and say that the book is too expensive. All right. I'm sure that I've said a couple of things that will mean a lot to you, but hey, I'm only one chat away, one DM away, one call away. Let's get this done. My team and I are sent to you to make sure that your life turns out for the best. And remember, your children must become champions, and the kids in them must give way to kings. All right, so let's do this together. Can I say how? Okay, let's go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead, ma. Tell us, give us the details, everything. Go ahead, ma. Please, by all means, do.
Okay, so I will post, let me call my number. However, I will post the account details on this video. So once you click on this video, you get the account details. 48 hours, 48 hours from now. Once you're able to reach me, you would access that Disruptive Parenting Academy, the very first. That's something about that group is very dear to my heart. Okay, so I'll get that done for you. My number is 070-11535360. I take that again, 070-11535360. But once we are done, I will drop the account details on this video. All right, let's come into that place sincerely. I usually tell people, right? If you know me, I love books and I love knowledge. All right. If I was not the author of the Disruptive Parenting book, I would buy it. Believe me. And please, in the description, help me to write Amaka Omo-Oikeh so that I know it's about this. All right. Just once I see the bank details, I will know. Description, Amaka Omo-Oikeh. All right. The truth is, if I was not the author of the Disruptive Parenting book, I would buy it, because the book is extremely rich. It has I have a school owner who called me one day and said, Amaka, your book is constantly on my table. Is that effective? Okay. So don't worry, maybe when I learn marketing like Emeka now, I will be doing better. But until then, do yourself a favor. Let's take this thing beyond this place. Okay. Thank you. I am grateful.
Thank you so much, Amaka, for this great opportunity to have been with you and for you to have shared your journey and authoring and everything you're doing in parenting. God bless you so much. I'm very excited and glad that you've been Nepasha.
I see that.
All right, guys. Thank God we've
That's
come to
freaking
the
life,
session
though.
today. God bless everyone for tuning in, and thank you so much for being part of this session. We look forward to another amazing session tomorrow evening, same time, 6 p.m. I enjoy you to be part of it. Be with me on that very day. Thank you to everyone who tuned in. I'm Bruce, watching from Ogula Offshore, Bruto Delta State. Thank you so much. Motupe Adedeji from Lagos. Idogun Sam, very thank you. Ifoma Rita from Port Harcourt. Blessing Odo from Port Harcourt. Emmy Grace from Jos. Cynthia from Rupoko, Nigeria. Thank you so much. John Oga from Benin Kebi. Kebbi State, Nigeria. All right. So thank you, everyone. Thank you, Amaka, for this great conversation that I had with you. Please, when we are done, drop it in the comment section for everyone to part of. So from me to you and to everyone, have a wonderful night rest and happy New Year in advance. God bless you all.
Bye. Happy New Year in advance. Thank you so much. I appreciate this opportunity. God
Thank
bless
you.
you, Rico.